My best way to describe parenthood, a joy that you never knew existed on a level or lack thereof of sleep that you never knew was possible. Ooh, that's a good one. You have to have that mindset of like, just not the day that you're in, but like the years that are coming.
Have you had any type of doubts along the way?
I doubt myself all the time, yeah.
How important is that forgiveness to you?
It is everything. Yeah, you don't get to hold them in your arms forever.
You're really known for that fatherhood role, being such a good dad. Everyone knows Kirk and good fatherhood, they go in the same sentence, man.
Thank you.
So not to put pressure on you, but
Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit now.
putting a lot on
Yeah.
As I explained to you, I'm more of a photographer who likes to just play off the cuff. The fact that you are so interactive with them, it's just such a natural thing.
Yeah, that is like our everyday.
Yeah.
Every moment is interactive with the boys and Molly. So still getting used to saying the kids.
Yeah.
We've been, for the last 3 years, the boys. So the kids is exciting. I'm still getting it to roll off the tongue naturally, but yeah.
Yeah? You got a lot of rocks, eh?
Who is Kirk Allen?
I would say husband of Emily Allen and father of Hudson, Luke, and Molly, follower of Jesus, and I'm also, a hockey guy. I love being in the mix, whether it be at work, at my social life, parent life, just doing stuff. Let's get in the car, let's go. Let's drive to Canada and see the Firebirds play on the road. Just going and experiencing this wonderful life that we have, seeing where it goes each day. 14-step process to get to take a nap, if you're lucky.
Are you joking? I think he really is sleeping. Is he?
Oh no.
I'm so confused.
Oh,
Is he snoring?
I can hear that.
He's joking. Are you joking? I can't tell. You are something else. Were you joking us that whole time?
That was a really good job.
I really was.
What was your upbringing like?
Next to nothing to complain about for sure for my childhood. Being able to play ice hockey is a blessing in itself for anybody because it is not the most affordable interest or hobby a kid can have. Super thankful for that. But really, I feel appreciative because I had such involved grandparents on both sides of my family. So it was like I had, my parents, and then I had like 2 extra sets of parents. And I think that that's something I still think about probably more now, is some of the lessons my grandparents have taught me, and the sayings that like your grandparents say when you're a kid and you're like, oh, you're so old, you don't get it, but like now when I'm old, I get it, I think about those things, those core values, that they would just try to instill in me as a younger person, because it's the life lessons they had and completely different upbringings. Like my dad's parents are more from the South. My mom's parents are from Scotland. So completely different worlds in some ways. All believers, which is a foundational piece to that, I think.
Are you saying cheese? Oh, that's so sweet.
He's sleeping on the job.
Oh, he's snoring.
Oh, he's definitely sleeping.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, big fella.
What Let him breathe. Let him breathe.
You gotta think of some outfits sometimes. So.
This is a good picture. Get the picture. Get the picture right
As far as the discipline goes, how were you raised?
Not very. No, I was a smooth talker as a kid. I think I found my way out of getting pretty much grounded ever. I don't think my mom ever grounded me once. Not that I wasn't deserving probably at times, but you know, goalie moms, they have a soft spot for their sons, especially if they're goalies. So yeah, I didn't actually get grounded ever. So I wouldn't say very strict disciplinary. But I knew the boundaries. Good behavior, character, again, was always being nurtured and cultured around me. I definitely, as a parent now, think like, I don't think my kids are going to get through 18 years living in our house without probably being grounded at some point. Disciplinary parenting, it's how you approach it, it's how you implement it, it's how you follow up from it, I think is a big piece. I think it did have an impact on me that I wasn't grounded as a kid, even when I was deserving of it. I don't think it was a bad thing.
Right, okay.
As an individual, as a parent, whether you're father or mother, you probably have certain, not skills, but like just natural ability to handle certain situations. Emily and I balance really well on parenting and just how we structure our household, how we survive some days as a household. We have a very good balance. So I think it's just understanding like how to do it for sure, and having the best intent and being able to admit when you're wrong. Like, you know, there's countless times I've apologized to my kids for, you know, raising my voice. Like, I'm sorry I raised my voice. I shouldn't have. I was scared because I thought you were going to get hurt, you know, and like that follow up is really critical so that they can understand that even I make mistakes, in even what I say or how I say something or do something is not perfect, but I'm aiming at perfect, and I, you know, try my best to figure out how to do it. So.
All right, now everybody freeze. Say cheese. Look at Daddy. Everybody look at Daddy. Everybody look at Hudson. Look at Hudson. Where's Hudson?
The whole aspect of apologizing to your kid.
I think it's just like forgiveness,
Yeah.
you know, it's just like the practice of forgiveness and like being comfortable, you know, giving it, but also asking for it. Our household, like our kind of family mission statement or our parent mission statement for our kids is to raise our kids in a home that depends on God, loves others, and forgives daily so that they can, you know, go out into the world and be a light for Jesus. And so that forgives daily is, it's not just like those big wrongs that happen, you know, in any sort of relationship. It's the little stuff. It's the, you stepped on my toe, you threw that car at my face, you know, sibling stuff. It's coming home from work and maybe not having the best attitude when you walk in the door for your family. I think just asking for and giving out, like we just kind of have a always flowing forgiveness vibe going, because mistakes happen. When you start to treat your household or your home or your people in your home as if like forgiveness isn't, you know, necessary, or it's not something you have to earn, I think you're just going to start creating cracks in the walls. Foundationally, I think it's just a understanding and a belief and full on pursuit of forgiveness. Yeah.
How important is that forgiveness to you?
It is everything. I mean, I think without forgiveness, then you have gaps in everything you're doing. And it, of course, impacts how people treat you or you treat others, whether it be your spouse or your children treat you as a parent. Without forgiveness, there's all these gaps, and gaps, they prevent so much from happening, moving beyond things. Learning from mistakes, of course, is a big piece of that, but just having a connection, a love, like you can't really have love without forgiveness, you know. Without having forgiveness either, you're putting more pressure on everybody. Pressure to, you know, behave well or act right or be a certain type of person for a spouse, be a certain type of parent for your child. So I think just having a free-flowing forgiveness with, you know, teachable moments and like the word discipline, I think it just comes off, feels harsh to me. Like well, not harsh, but just I wouldn't say I had a very disciplined youth, and so I wouldn't think that I'm like a disciplinarian either, because it's just, I don't know, I think every moment is kind of like a learning moment. You can reflect on something, you can follow up, circle back about it.
Real quick, I actually, on the way here, I was listening to Pastor Mark Driscoll. He said when his kids would come to him and they would think they're a bad person. It's like,
Yeah.
You're not a bad person, you're just a human.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
made a mistake and it's okay.
Yeah, we are all very, very imperfect people. As soon as you know that, it's like, that's a fact. Like, doesn't mean that you don't aspire to be better or improve or make better choices or handle situations differently. It just means like you got to have grace, you got to have forgiveness. Otherwise, you're just not going to make it very far. You're not going to have a lot of people in your corner. And especially where it can really hurt is when it's the people that you need most in your corner.
I think you become more free too. It's not a lot of pressure knowing I'm going to make mistakes, but it's okay.
Yeah.
There you go. How do you perceive yourself?
I see myself as someone who I genuinely want to have a lot of fun, and I want the best for people. Obviously my own kids, but anybody I'm interacting with, like, love cracking jokes and bringing light into the room, really, in whatever form that might be, in a genuine way. I heard someone say one time, like, oh, how you having a good day? And it's like, I never had a bad one, you know? So it's like, I of course you have bad situations in life, but it's just like, I love that, that mindset of just, let's just keep going. Let's just go, you know? With where we are now as a family of 5, like, there is no flow. Like, there is no, like, it's not like, oh yeah, just going with the flow. Like, there's no flow to go with. It's just, you just go, you know? And you just have fun along the way, so.
Will you guys give each other a hug?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's so sweet.
More in the face. Oh, the ears.
What was it like when you found out you were going to be a dad? And was the idea of being a dad always in your head? Like, that's, you wanted kids?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. Shocking at the moment. Would have been 2 years married at the time. We'd been together for a long time, but we'd been married for 2 years. And it was a total surprise when Emily told me. Just excitement, you know? Yeah, it was a great moment. We always aspired to be parents, probably because we had great ones that we wanted to, like, we had great examples in our lives. Emily as well has awesome sets of grandparents, you know? So you think of like it holistically, there's like these 6, 7, 8 probably sets of awesome parents that have blessed our lives and taught us so much. So shout out to the grandparents and the great grandparents. So yeah, I think it was just something we've always aimed at, is becoming parents, knowing if we were blessed enough to become parents, we would be for sure. And we would just take it and start running.
Yeah. I mean, the funny thing is the kids are legitimately at grandparents' house right now.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a safe zone.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh yeah.
Go Lukey, go Lukey.
Can I put this back in here so you can cannonball?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, are you in the tickle circle? Oh, I can tickle this circle. You better get out of the tickle circle if you don't want to be tickled. Oh, I I guess you're staying in the tickle circle, so I better tickle you. Well, then just get out. Get out of the tickle circle if you want to tickle. If you don't want me to tickle you, just get out.
I want to get up.
Oh, okay. I'll wait for you. Oh, wait. Just a little bit more tickle.
Can I get up?
Sure. All right, hurry. I didn't even tickle you yet. Oh, wait. Oh, I saved you.
Obviously, you were excited when you found out.
Yeah.
But was there fear? Was there any doubt? Anything like that kind of came into your head?
I think in a lot of ways, like mentally, I felt ready, or at least very excited to get started. For me, like being a father and just children in general, like coaching at a very young age and having that drive at one point to become an elementary teacher, there is nothing greater in our world that is better than like a child, and like what the way that they live and who they are and the dreams that they have. Like I love kids, like, and so even as a teenager, before getting married, observing and finding real male mentors, fatherhood mentors in my life, I always looked around, and I still do, at people who are like doing things really, really well, and say like, wow, like that's awesome. How did that happen? How did that person get that outcome? How did that family get that outcome? That marriage get that outcome? And trying to understand that, and then taking it serious enough to like try to apply that. You can get caught looking, too much into like comparison, and comparison, as we know, is the thief of joy. And so like you have to have the right mindset to look for a mentor. And it doesn't mean like a morning coffee buddy mentor. It's just like, for me, like it's a lot of people through hockey, of course, like coaches who were coaching youth programs at times when I was a teenager and in college that I really looked up to. You can't take everything from a certain person and apply it to your life, but you can take that one or two things collectively, and it just kind of helps to shape what you aspire for. So I was really fortunate to have like mentors that were great examples of being a good husband, being a good father. So emotionally, I felt like I was excited. I was like amped up, ready to start applying some of that stuff I'd been absorbing. Physically, was definitely not ready. I had never changed a diaper. I didn't change a diaper until the first day Hudson was born. So like nerves were just all about, kind of more basic parenting stuff, I'd say. I wasn't overly confident, like saying like, oh, I know how to do this, but I was ready to just go and try, and figure it out. It's been great. It's been a lot of fun.
I eat birds for dinner.
What was that feeling like when you first got to hold your firstborn?
I think the best way I remember feeling and kind of describing that moment was that life had a new meaning. It was no longer like about my life. It's just about our family and making our own family, being our own family, however many it grew to beyond that day. It didn't really matter. It's just that like there was this whole new meaning to everything. Why I'm working, the choices we make financially, everything changed in that moment. And I think the ripple effect, it's still of course occurring, and it just keeps evolving as time goes on.
Do you have like any advice that you received specifically from any dads, any pastors, anything like that really stuck with you?
Emily and I have always had like a very like strong connection about it was from our wedding. We have it in our bedroom on a sign. It's we love because he first loved us, is that verse. And so when I say that in my head, I always add the two words get to, like we get to love because he first loved us. When you come from a place of getting to do something, it's a totally different mindset in how you approach people, decisions, choices. Coming from that appreciative, like this is something I get to do. I think there's of course times in life where you feel like, oh, I have to do this, or like it's just something that you do, like something that's mundane. Like I don't think we look at parenting as those types of things. I think it's always in that foundation of our marriage, and then subsequently into parenthood of like we get to love each other, other people, our children, because Christ first loved us. And so, and the example of, that he gave is just obviously flawless. So it's like there's always something to aim at, and actually, you know, that could have been a better opportunity to do this or say that, or not one person particularly or a certain piece of advice. I'm sure we got a lot of it and stuff that we applied, but I'd say that that was probably like the most foundational part of that transition from husband and wife to parents.
Is there anything that you wish you would have known before becoming a father that you maybe know now?
I wish if I could go back and tell myself, go a little bit faster at less of me and more of them. Like, so for me, it was always been hockey. I wish that as I was preparing for parenthood, I started to unwind a little bit of the outside of work busyness of hockey, how much I was playing, coaching, things like that. I wish that I had pulled back on that sooner. So I had more weekends with Emily before we were parents, less weekends traveling for hockey games, tournaments. We were married for 2 years, but so much of my weekly schedule was consumed with hockey. I wish that I had peeled that back a little bit sooner to have more time with her as just husband and wife, less of her being married to a hockey guy, you know? So, because then it's like once you're into parenthood, it's like all systems go, you know?
On them?
On them, yeah. So.
Oh,
yeah.
Understood. I appreciate that. It's very honest. What's been your proudest moment as a dad so far?
It's not like a result of anything. I just feel incredibly proud of our kids and our family, of like just how we gel, you know. Gel's probably a good way. Like we come together, you know, our mornings on the weekends are a ton of fun. Like they're loud, they're chaotic, they're, you know, and then the kids are still at an age where they just want to cuddle still. And, you know, like we have a giant cuddler who's 6, and then we have a tiny cuddler who's 3 months old right now. And Lukey, of course, almost 3. Like, I love that range that we're in right now, where like with our oldest feels like, oh wow, like those days are kind of almost starting to be in the rear view. Lukey's like still right in the thick of it, and Molly's just at the beginning of it. So it's like I found myself in the last couple of months like really reflecting more into those zones of fatherhood, of like, you know, one is kind of getting out of it, one's right in the sweet spot still, and then one's at the starting stage. So it's like, what do I want to like learn and reflect back on for yet, you know, each of our other kids? What about if we did something OUT? Okay. Let's go get your crocodiles.
You made an executive decision.
Go get your crocodiles on. There are times I feel like when we will parent, you know, slightly different based on age. You know, there's understanding cognitively and verbally, you know, is a big piece, of course, but we're always seemingly in like the mixer together of like our living room or in the minivan, just flying through McDonald's to get somewhere, and chasing bedtime and baths. So yeah, I wouldn't say that it's super different. It's more expectations are different, of course, and follow up, you know. And again, like in a moment where the fire's getting hot and the minivan's rolling on 2 wheels instead of 4, like there's got to be that follow up after of like, hey, like this was what was going on inside that thing, and I would have appreciated it if you hadn't responded to me that way. You know, I was trying to make sure that your brother got to eat something, you know, before his head hit a pillow. So, you know, so it's just, I think it's just dialogue and open dialogue and kind of going with that.
What has been your favorite thing about being a dad so far?
I think it's just the joy that they have when they see me, or like I come through the door. I just love the joy that the kids have. And being a part of that is something I'm blessed to be able to do. And it wouldn't be possible without Emily. Like she does so much. Like it's insane. Like I get to like coast basically, and like responsible parent mode of like doctor's appointments and follow-ups and, you know, medicines and things, like all these like super important, like the family schedule. She has so much going through her brain, all like kids first, like actual like life necessity first stuff, like health related. And I can just walk through the door and be like, hey, let's jump off the couch and, you know, Alexa volume 10, like, you know, I'm like, I get to do that because she's making so many sacrifices. How I feel appreciated as a dad is probably in those just moments of like that greeting, and just like as soon as they see me, like their eyes light up and they're like, we're about to have some fun.
So you're ripping right now.
Oh yeah. Like an
How do you balance being a dad and being a husband all at the same time, especially when you have 3 young children?
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's really tough. I probably could be a lot better at that. I definitely could. I cut that probably and just sub the definitely in. To balance being a good husband, I think it's always looking at, you know, and I say this not because I'm perfect at it or I still have a ton of work at it. It's just you have to be second, you know, to be a good dad and to be a good husband. And it's something naturally I think every human probably struggles with, is putting the needs of others, whether they're young, old, or married to you, before your own. I'd like to think it's something I've gotten better at. Again, it's like that recognition of when we first got married and first found out we were expecting, and like if I could go back, I wish I would have put like my own interests and hobbies to the side or slowed them down much sooner, to have been able to have those first 2 years more focused around our marriage and less about just kind of like continuing hobbies while married. I just try to have that mindset of like, I'm always second, you know, and if I put myself first, I'm probably not being the best version of a dad or husband that I could be in that moment. And it's not like in like like in a bad way either. It's just like you have to be aware of it. Otherwise, naturally, like your inclination is going to be, well, I was hungry, or I wanted this, or I wanted to go there, or, you know, I wanted to do this with my friends and you could be home with the kid. Like, so it's just, I think having an awareness and then an ability to identify and react to that, and making sure that you're not being so selfish.
Do you share a similar dialogue with your wife as far as how you guys handle things, in a sense of like really talking it out and explaining it to each other? And that, do you feel like you have a very strong base with that?
Yeah, you know, I think that was what started our relationship so strongly and gave us like a firm foundation. We did, while we were dating, we were always going on walks, talking for hours and hours and hours about like just life and like what we wanted our relationship to look like. We started out dating in college, and Emily was going to a university at the time in a different state. So we had summers together and then distance during school. So we always had these ebbs and flows of like being with each other a lot in the summers to go on walks and talk. And then it would turn to, you know, at that time, really just texting and phone calls, predating a smartphone borderline. I didn't have an iPhone when we started dating. But then we always would talk too about like what we wanted our future to look like as being married and having kids. So I think our foundation is communication. Sometimes we're not the best at communicating, like maybe the style of communication. It's the home can get like high, the temperatures can get hot. My best way to describe parenthood is a joy that you never knew existed on a level or lack thereof of sleep that you never knew was possible. And so, picture like 4 or 5 cans of Mountain Dew, like that's the fun factor, that's the joy. But like picture not sleeping for a week, or like intermittently sleeping, which is almost worse than that's not sleeping at all. Like, so I think, we have a tremendous amount of grace for each other. We communicate and we do debrief, like every night after we wrangle through bedtimes of 3 kids, we talk, and whether it's just some days it's just a decompressing conversation, some days it's a preparation conversation, some days we have to work through how things went and maybe they didn't go well. And I think we do have that great ability of finding our way through.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Ooh, oh, kick save. Wrong sport. There you go, yep. Ooh.
Yep.
All right.
There you go.
Step at it, point right to it. There you go. So are you on first and then you're throwing it to second?
Yeah.
Okay. So you start by throwing it to me. Here's the hit. Ground ball. Coming back. Oh, oh, so
I have
close.
another one.
Yep, we got this.
Okay. Hey, Daddy.
Luki, you want to get your bike?
Yeah.
I'll go get it. You on it?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
so
Huzzy.
tired.
So tired.
Luki, you want your bike? I'll text you at 10:30 tonight when he actually goes to bed.
Right, that's the problem.
Dada, I just made one.
You did? Nice. Is it a fastball or regular?
It was kind of fast.
If you could, in 3 words, tell me what qualities do you want to embody as a dad?
Trust, love, and forgiveness. Kind of goes, I think, back to the original, like our parent mission, like depending on God is trusting God, loving God and other people, and forgiving. I would say like those are foundational in having a walk in faith, and that's something that you like implement into just about everything else you do,
So
Yeah.
off of that, so when you are in those moments of tiredness or you just had a rough day, or how do you handle that balance? Do you have to like have an inner monologue with yourself, like to not take the day out on anybody, that kind of thing? What is that thought process like?
For me, like I'm a big quote kind of guy. Like there'll be something someone says, whether it be a pastor or I hear it on a podcast now, like something will just like click with me, and then that little like 3-4 word 5 word saying will just stick with me. One of the things like at our church is, and it's backed in the Bible, is like that mindset of like we get to do this. Like this isn't something that I have to do. You can walk away from parenthood, you can walk away from marriage, and reminding myself constantly like this is something I get to do keeps me a little bit more fresh on like being positive, optimistic, and seeing through difficult moments or situations of like being super tired or maybe having a shorter fuse, just being able to say like, this is something I get to do. Just it's like it's a reset button for me to help kind of pull me out of like a mindset that I don't want to be in.
So you were born into a Christian household?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Raised in the church. Did not have a secular CD until I was in 6th grade. Little Bow Wow, Doggy Bad. I thought in 4th grade, I thought I was the coolest because I got the first Reliant K album, and it said like hot new teen album, and I thought that was like, I got it at Family Christian Bookstore. I thought I was kind of like breaking the rules there because it said teen, and I was only in 4th grade. Like, so very guarded upbringing in that sense. But no, it was great. And I remember just going to church, being in the kid stuff, at choirs and stuff. Didn't really get blessed with like a singing voice, although I did develop. I think that probably has a big factor of why I love karaoke so much. Naturally, I think as I got older into towards my teens, it's, you know, it has to become something that you have more ownership of. It has to be more self-driven, not steered for you or driven for you. You know, as I got into my teens, sports became more important, social life became more important. And I kind of looked back and said, like, I don't really need that stuff right now. I can just keep doing me, you know. I was 18 and I just graduated high school, went to a Young Life camp and heard the gospel in a completely different way that I feel like my ears and my heart had ever heard it before. An amazing Young Life mentor that just took time to talk to me, pray over me, and I just felt like this, you know, like the Holy Spirit kind of moved for the first time, and I'm like, whoa, you know, it's crazy, like being raised in the church and totally understanding everything, but not really feeling it again until it was like your own thing. That's something I think about a lot as a parent, those types of testimonies where it's like, I was raised in the church, but not until I was 24 or not until I was, you know, 18 that my faith became my own, you know. Or how does that all work, you know? That raising your children in a home, I think, with Christian faith, value, fundamentals, principles, to me, I think are really positive things, and necessary things. And, you know, I don't know, like, I feel like sometimes some people's testimonies are like, oh, I was raised in the church, and that's almost like in a bad way. I don't know. I haven't really kind of thought through this to speak to it yet, but it's like I just back to my story that was where I got saved for the first time at 18 in the mountains of North Carolina and at a Young Life camp, and it wasn't until I was 22 that I got baptized.
Your parents, was there a reason why they didn't do it growing up?
I just remember like my mom saying like baptism is a decision that you make. You know, it's a little bit of a, you know, different family dynamic in the sense that my dad is Catholic, my mom is not. So I was mostly raised going through Baptist churches with my mom or my grandparents. Obviously, Catholicism is a bit different in the speed of baptism. I accepted that. I was honestly, for a lot of like the younger years, I was like cool with that. I was like, oh, I don't have to do this. Like, you know, I can put this off. But I appreciate that. I appreciated it even more so. And it's not that you can't be baptized twice, like as an adult again, but that was like a huge pivotal moment for me to like, I knew my entire life, like that was my decision to make when I was ready and when I wanted to do that. And obviously, like, being saved at 18 and then not being baptized till 22, like it was still something I wrestled with and thought through and talked to people about. And I just remember being ready and doing it. So
I was gonna say, what was that moment like when you got baptized?
Awesome. Everything changed. A lot of stuff changed at that point. It wasn't too much long after that Emily and I started dating, you know.
So you got baptized and then started dating?
Yeah,
okay.
Not too much longer. Like probably within like a month or 2 months after, I think.
Not after I got baptized, but when I finally said, God, I give everything to you.
Yeah.
I give you whatever relationship that you have for me, then give me that relationship. My wife came not too long after that,
right.
But when my stubbornness went away, and I let him do more of what he was wanting to do with me.
If you only knew what he had waiting for you. If you would just take that small little step. Yeah.
When you got baptized, did you know you were going to get baptized, or did it kind of happen in the moment?
No, I knew. Yeah,
I went to a revival and I didn't know. I was just going because I seen an ad online, and then I was like, I'll just go. And then I went, and exactly what you said about hearing the Holy Spirit in a different way.
Yeah.
That was the first time I clearly heard and felt in my entire life.
Yeah.
And do you know who Ross Johnson is?
A little bit. Yeah.
That's who baptized me.
Yeah.
So I literally, as soon as he was like, I'm going to count to 3, everyone come down to the front. He was like, 1, 2, 3, and I was like, boom. I took
Yeah.
off. There was like people in front of me. I'm like, I gotta get.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, obviously the whole thing was recorded, but there was people taking photos for the church. So I got pictures of me. I just felt like all these hands on me praying for me, and I was like speechless, man. Like I couldn't. The feeling was just nothing I've ever felt before. And they were like, if anyone hasn't signed up to get baptized but wants to come up, and I just ran to the back. I got shorts that were like double XL.
Yeah.
I had to double knot them.
Yeah.
I threw the shirt on, and then I just
That's awesome.
ran and got in the tub. God is good.
All the time. If you ain't, then you lie. This is one of my favorite dad items that I own. We got it in 2020, COVID, and Hudson and I, the first summer of COVID, did over 500 miles. Just cruising around town, going to playgrounds, parks. So I'm pumped now that Lukey's big enough and I can keep the wheels burning on this baby. You ready, Lukey?
Have you had any type of doubts along the way? From fatherhood, husband, any of that?
Oh yeah, I doubt myself all the time. Yeah. It's of course, like moment to moment, it's like those little things of making a wrong choice, of saying the wrong thing, responding a way that you're like, oh my gosh, I could have responded so much better. That could have been a very teachable moment, but just kind of overlooked. And doubts too, like right now I'm like really trying to fuel up as much and absorb as much information as I can about parenthood and parenting children as well as preteens, teens, you know, like thinking like you have to have that mindset of like just not the day that you're in, but like the years that are coming, and kind of tool up for that before you're in it. Otherwise you're going to get just caught up in the current, you know, and then you've lost all control. So I think you have to be like, have an eye for what is ahead. And that's why I love that. This isn't really directly to their question. Like, I just love the spontaneity of a child. Trying to be one step ahead of a kid is a fun task. Like, I love that. Like, they're going to want to climb up that rock wall. So I need to be over here and distract them towards the slide before they even see the rock wall. Like, I love like kind of being on my toes and doing that type of stuff. And I think in a broader stroke, one of the things I doubt is, like, how well I'm going to do, how much I'm going to absorb, how much I'm going to implement, and not just get caught up by the current of life. So I think just having awareness and trying to prepare as much as you can is key.
Do you have a favorite superhero growing up?
Batman. I like the old ones too. Like the DVDs of like the comic-y kind of ones where they're like kicking sharks off of a helicopter and stuff like that. We have that DVD player in the minivan. It's one of the, when we got a minivan with the DVD player, I'm like, I look at my DVDs, I'm like, these are like PG-13 and R. I'm like, there's Batman. Like, that one checks.
The minivan is
Yeah.
souped up.
Yeah.
We did a little mini commercial out there.
Yep.
I'll actually play that right now.
Okay. Every mother's dream car.
If you were to do a commercial about it, how would you start it off?
This is a 2018 Chrysler Pacifica, DVD, Blu-ray, dual screen, sliding doors, children not included, but you can strap them in and trap them for a safe vehicle. Just like that, it's nice and quiet and peaceful ride. Every mother's dream car right here, burgundy red. It's ageless, just like the mother themselves.
What makes you feel most at peace?
Being on the weekend, waking up, being outside, you know, things that we did earlier are just like small snippets of like what we did all that stuff, but much more extensive, like time-wise this morning. Like, we load up in the Jeeps, we go to the playground, or we load up on the Burley and go downtown and get a donut, or just those are the moments I feel like at peace where it's like you're not trying to rush anywhere. Obviously, if you're on foot or on a bike, you're not really in a hurry to get somewhere. So I like those moments. If I pulled my phone out and showed you like our weekend calendar for like summer, it's like ... every weekend already. And it's like, what, you know? So like things like that, like mornings like we had today, those are probably what makes me feel like most at peace, when there's just like not much going on.
Amen.
Just Tanner coming over later. You know? Yeah.
One word that your wife, Emily, would use to describe you.
Idiot. I don't know what she would pick for one word. She's really smart and intelligent and snippy at the same time. So like, she'd probably have something really wise to say to that. I would say she'd probably say good. Like I think she would say I'm a good dad, a good husband. Honestly, just trying to do good things and all that I do. I put my heart into as much as I can into things that I'm involved with. Work, youth hockey, parenting, friendships. Probably not the word she would choose, but I would think it would be something that kind of is like framed around that word of like good. Like just good.
Thought about it.
Gotta pee first.
Yep. Let it be. Let it be.
It's actually yellow.
If your life had a title, what would the movie title of your life be called?
Dun, 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 dun. I don't know how to title it now. That's a good one. Movie title of my life. Diary of Won't Be Dead. It depend on if the movie's being framed in like a comedy, action, a love story. You know,
rom-com.
Yeah. So
understood.
don't know.
If bedtime routines were an Olympic sport, as far as who's the easiest to put to bed, who's the hardest to put to bed, and
You can put the gold around my neck. I'm a bedtime whisperer. Like I take that as like a big challenge. Like I love bedtime routines. It's like everything is calm. It's so funny. Like I develop these like little parts of bedtime routines that become like super integral to like it just like all working well. And so like when I'm gone for a couple of nights for a work trip or something, or if I'm getting home late from anything like hockey or something, Emily will be like, he told me I have to say this, and then he says this back to me, and then I have to say this, and da. Why do you make up all these little things? I'm like, this just like, I love that. But like, I love the like routine. Hudson and I right now have a back and forth of like, he'll say like, I love you. And I used to say, I love you more. And he would say, I love you most. And then I created a word morst. It's a combination of more and most at the same time. And like, it's like a little competition of like how slow I can close the door and who says the last word. So I know like, next time Emily goes to put him to bed, he's going to be like, you need to say this, and you have to say morst. And she's like, what even is that word? And Lukey, like, we're trying to get him off a bottle right now. And so I'm trying to recreate new routines and new sayings and have his music that I play. I love bedtime routines. It takes forever and they're a big fight sometimes, but yeah, you don't get to hold them in your arms forever.
Ooh. All right.
There you go. One.
Step at it. Point right to it. There you go. Nice.
No, I mean like, well, that's fine too. You can do that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ooh. Put some heat on it.
Who's better at handling a diaper blowout, you or Emily?
Right, Emily. My one rule, like stipulation, is like I don't do button outfits. Button outfits are like the worst. Like I only do zippers. So if I put the kids in outfits that have zippers, or you know, obviously just t-shirt and shorts and stuff. But if Emily decides to dress like Molly as an example right now in like a really cute outfit that's like just buttons, I'm like, no, yeah, you knew when you put her in buttons that it's your diaper right now.
What's one thing you thought you'd never do as a dad, but you now do as a dad?
I didn't quite envision myself being as much of a baseball dad as I am today. Hudson's in it for about 2 years now, so we'll see how long it lasts. He's taken an interest in it, and now all of a sudden we have like, you know, a pitching thing and a bouncer and full set of catcher's gear, and like I just kind of keep feeding this baseball thing, which I'm not a baseball guy in any way. 1 year of t-ball as a kid.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. This is a hockey rink scoreboard. Okay.
Yeah.
There's no outs or innings on that thing. So yeah, but I mean, I love that, like playing catch and being outside and interacting, and they're both so much in like an imaginative state, helping zone in on that with them, and like, imagine this, or, oh, what team are you? Like, you can't be that team because I'm that team. Like, just I love playing in like that environment and mingling with the kids. So
Oh yeah, I know what we can do.
What?
So like, you can throw it to me,
Okay.
and then I'll catch it. Then I can throw it there, and I can throw it.
You ready?
I can catch it. And then...
We're gonna run a play.
Go!
Throw it to first. Throw it to first. Oh, retry.
If your kids had a podcast, what would it be called?
hey, hey, yeah. It's just like, oh, everything starts with hey. Or if it was just the boys, it's hard to count Molly in because she's still 3 months. But it would be like bros,
Yeah.
bro.
Everything bro?
Everything's bro. Bro is like a very just open term in our house.
They call mom bro?
Yeah, it's just part of our household. Is the term bro. Bro, get back here. Bro, get up here. Bro, stop doing that to your brother. Bro, would you like another peanut butter and jelly? Like,
What's one thing right now you're currently working on within yourself?
girl dad. Like, that is something I'm just taking it by the day. The last 6 years, especially, have just been boy world and boy things. And so, I'm excited and kind of taking on like that rethinking and of like, it's going to be a lot different, and I'm excited to see how different it gets. And, I'm excited as well to see the relationship of Molly and Emily develop. Having 2 boys now, I only know like parenthood through like that same connection. So I'm excited to see how it flows, where it's like, Emily's kind of had that this whole time, like where it's like she's had 2 boys, she's a girl, I've had 2 boys, I'm a boy. Now it's gonna flip a little bit, where maybe Molly is more drawn towards Emily and the things that they do together. But I'm gonna try to edge out that competition and still take the title. We'll see how it goes.
All right, hey,
Go run to Daddy.
let's go.
Run.
Oh wait,
We're gonna see Roxy later. I think
Wait,
she
what?
wants to take a nap.
Hop in.
where are we going?
I don't know. Mama's taking you on an adventure. Where you going?
Wait, where are they going?
Where do you think it's going?
Guess where it's going?
Where's it going?
It's going to Florida.
Where do you think it's going, Luki?
Florida. It's going to Okay.
I love you. Mookie. Oh, you got a broken necklace.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Sorry, Tegan. We were going to get it back to you.
Yeah, the broken necklace.
It's all right.
Sorry, Daddy.
It's okay. It was Tegan's.
That's not my fault.
It's not your fault. It's okay. Can you put them in the cup holder?
We have a broken necklace. Sorry, that's not your fault.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Gotcha.
Advice or tips for future or current husbands and dads?
It's a C.S. Lewis quote.
Oh, I love C.S.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. C.S. Lewis said, "Children are not a distraction from more important work. They are the most important work. In the end, the legacy that matters won't be what you built in the world. It will be who you raised and whether they felt safe, seen, and loved in your presence." Reading that over is like something I can help, me to recenter, refocus out of a tired moment, a frustrated moment, moment where I get too into like what Kirk's doing and what Kirk wants and stuff. So, yeah.
Amen.
Catch.
What?
My daddy's so awesome.
What's your favorite thing about your dad?
So kind.
What's your favorite thing to do with him?
Go on dates. It's really fun. I love him so much. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
No.
Years down the line, you, Emily, and the kids all come across this video again. What would you want them to know about you, about being their dad? What would you want to say to them?
It's incredible to be their dad. I love them so much. Hopefully, like years down the road, I hope that they can watch this and reflect back and kind of like connect maybe a lot of who I am today to who I am at that point. You know, maybe I'll be a grandparent. If you think it like depends on how far this video is, that they watch it. I also hope that like what I'm saying, they would validate and be like, yeah, that was my dad. And my dad was that and more. And just that they felt loved throughout their childhood and that they always knew Emily and I both believed in them immensely and always were there. That there's nothing they could do to change that.
Amen. Thank you very much, Mo. I appreciate
Right.
that.
It's not your fault.
Wait,
Deacon.
guess what?
What?
Bye bye.
It's like in a little plaza. Just started going there because they sponsor the NHL. So if Kel McCarr goes there, I might as well. Yeah.
Does he know you're about it?
No, he's just in their commercials. The flooring is not super soundproof though. So I mean, obviously you can walk around. Like I don't think it's gonna bother this, but
Just like no jumping jacks.
yeah. What I feel like I really struggled with was like the discipline of my own childhood one. I feel like I kind of like was like jumbly on that. Cause like I wasn't, but then I'm like, I don't know what to say because like if I say I wasn't disciplined, is my mom gonna watch this and be like, what? You know, like, I'd say trust, love, and what's the last one I said?
Being a dad I'm gonna wait for that water to go. Who is better?